Thank you so much, Rico, for
Got
the
you. Good to see you.
introduction. I'm honored and delighted to be here. As you guys know, I'm a fan of this show, always watching. So very cool to be now on this side of the screen. And I am excited to be reporting today about Wisconsin. Even though I'm a NorCal industry gal, I'm originally from the Midwest. So I always show love to the heartland of America. And today we're talking about bipartisan Wisconsin lawmakers officially introduced marijuana decriminalization bill. So a bipartisan group of Wisconsin lawmakers have formally introduced a measure to decriminalize marijuana possession after previewing the proposal earlier this month. Sponsors hope the limited non-commercial reform will win enough support to clear the state's GOP-controlled legislature and become law in parallel with a separate limited medical cannabis bill that Republican leaders say will be filed in January. So Assembly Bill 861, introduced by Reps Shay Shortwell, a Republican, and Sylvia Ortiz-Velez, Democrat, and a couple other Democrats, would remove the threat of jail time for simple possession of up to 14 grams of cannabis, replacing criminal charges with a $100 civil penalty. Under current law, the offense is subject to a maximum $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail. So people caught using or possessing marijuana would also not need to appear in court under charge or in the change proposed, and instead they could simply pay a $100 fine. So the measure would also stop courts from counting possession convictions involving up to 28 grams of marijuana, meaning people would not be charged as repeat offenders for possession of small amounts of cannabis. For larger amounts, the bill would reduce imprisonment time for repeat convictions from 3.5 years down to 90 days. Possession of drug paraphernalia, meanwhile, would be punishable by a $10 civil forfeiture under the proposal, down from as much as 530 days in jail. So basically in Wisconsin right now, you can get charged $500 and go to jail for 30 days for just paraphernalia. And this bill would change that. So, and also change the lower possession limit. So it goes on in more depth. And, I think my thoughts on this are Wisconsin's one of the last states in the Midwest holding out on cannabis. And so decriminalization is definitely a good step. But I'm very curious to see about the medical bill that will be introduced early this year. And I'm a big fan of decrim in all ways. So this is definitely good. But what do you guys think? And this is Elise McRoberts, the Hashanese, High at 9 New.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Good reading on that one, Elise. This is a great, I say it's a good, as you would say, Jason, evolution. It seems like the Republicans have evolved from earlier this week when they're having their closed door sessions.
Of course they have.
And they're going to go tit for tat with the Democrats here. I think it's a win for the people of Wisconsin.
I agree. Hold on.
When I was in college, my
$500?
girlfriend was up there. I used to go up there every week, and I'm surprised that it lasted this long without decriminalizing before the rest of the Midwest.
$500 fine for getting caught with a pack of papers. Am I right about that, Elise?
Yeah, and possibly jail time.
Possibly jail time.
Mm-hmm.
For a pack of papers.
Yeah.
Because that would be considered paraphernalia, you guys. Just so you know.
Yeah.
So you know. That is what that is.
But they're proposing to reduce it to $10?
Yep. I think that's great. That's great because now
just add it to the price.
well now if you get caught now you're
get a rebate.
Now if you get caught with an actual joint, then you're only going to get fined $110 because you get a $100 fine for the weed and $10 fine for the paper.
I think it's an excellent advertising strategy. If you are a head shop in Wisconsin, like, yo, if you get popped for having any of our papers or whatever, we will pay your fine. You bring your ticket into them, and they just post all the tickets on the wall.
No, but
like,
they should have someone take a picture of them, bro, and then do like how they do with all the stars and all the businesses in Hollywood where they have the celebrities on the wall, and then that could be their wall of fame. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
dude, that would be dope. I would go. I would go to that head shop just to check that out. If
right.
they did that.
This is, I mean,
It also, I missed this part, but this is kind of cool. Another change, it would limit the liability of employers who choose not to test workers for THC. So that means they're saying if employers choose not to test their employees for usage, then they, would not be in trouble for that. So that's good, because I think that leads to more employers not testing people, which is what we want.
Well,
apparently you can be underage in Illinois and buy an AK-47 and drive up to Wisconsin and shoot and kill somebody and be released from jail, but you can't smoke weed.
Oh boy. Always with
See what I did
always
there, Jason?
with the Debbie Downer shit, Rico. Always with the Debbie Downer.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's Wisconsin law. He was able to do that shit. In Chicago suburbs, drive up there and shoot some, kill some people.
So you're telling me that it's more dangerous?
Get off scot-free.
It's more expensive to get caught with a pack of papers than it is with a AK-47.
In Wisconsin.
But what if your weed is AK-47?
Hey,
you see what I'm saying? Rico?
If it's THCA, then you good, baby.
I mean, until you light it. At least until you light it. I mean, there was that couple in Tennessee that wasn't so lucky, sitting at the bus stop smoking their THCA. They just bought in the head shop, and all of a sudden,
North Carolina.
Yeah, there we go. They're getting wrapped up all of a sudden. And they're like, hey, it's THCA. We just bought it from the store. Cops don't care.
No, what's weird is because I was at a wedding in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, this summer, and
hold on, what city?
I went into
in what city?
Sheboygan,
huh?
Vegas, Sheboygan.
Oh boy.
And Shea Vegas, if you will. And I went to a vape shop in there, and they had THCA flower, and they had Delta 8. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't doubt that for 1 second, Rico. That's, oh my goodness.
So I don't know, man. So I don't know what the enforcement levels are looking like, how active or proactive they are with enforcing these laws, but I saw like plenty of that going down, and nobody really cared. So it's a hippie state, man.
I've got a question for you guys.
Go for it.
If you're in Wisconsin, are you going to get your weed from Minnesota or Illinois?
Oh,
I'll tell you what. If I was in Wisconsin, I would already have my weed when I arrived.
Yeah,
True. I would too.
And I have to. Yeah, I was in Chicago last month, and I tried to support the legal businesses every time. Like, dude, I went to like 3 different dispensaries, 3 different brands and products. It was not good.
Well, they actually do have some good weed.
Get it back from my OG.
They have some good weed now in Illinois because Ben with IC Collective is now operational out there, and you can get tits and you can get a bunch of his different strains out there in Illinois now. So check out IC Collective if you happen to be in the area.
Okay, I'll definitely stop by next time in the Shy. I'm usually out there like every other month.
Yeah,
it was not a good look, and I was very, very upset. Like, we used to sell those Mexican bricks back in the day that were about the same quality that I'm buying in the dispensary.
But like a lot less lumber here, though, right? A lot less lumber in there.
Yeah, a lot less. Yeah, there's less seeds and sticks like we used to.
Yeah, that's what we call the lumber yard.
Yes, yes, but man, it was very harsh, like very, 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 very harsh stuff out there.
Maybe
they get this stuff together. And we'll check out IC, like you said.
Maybe they imported it from Colorado. Just saying.
Get the drums over there for him, Adam.
I don't know. Adam's doing something.
Jason's not a fan of Colorado.
He's got.
At least, yeah, I would go to Minnesota like 11 out of 10 times as of right now.
Yeah.
People just don't understand, and we're just getting to understand this in California, that cannabis is a perishable product.
That's right, Dr. T.
Yeah, we've got to have some born-on dates and definitely quality control. as we're putting it out there in the legal market.
Well, I mean, what we need to have is some expedited to shelf control, because that's one of the biggest hiccups as far as quality cannabis, is that big month delay before when it's actually jarred to when it actually gets finally certified to be able to sell on a shelf.